and the fact that people still keep falling into this. Like, every police department in the world's probably on their best behavior ever right now. You don't think the one that's in Minneapolis in the time of the Derek Chauvin trial, you don't think they're going to be more on their game? I mean, come on, you guys. This stuff is such a joke. But anyway, with regards to it all being connected to the NBA, what's LeBron's record in the finals right now? Oh, that's right, it's 4-6, right before the 46th president. Don't forget who spelled all this out to you before any of it happened. How LeBron would be coming 4-6, you know, before Joe Biden became number 46. Again, we talked about all this before it happened. Words like executioner, also 46. George Floyd supposedly killed by the Park Police, 46. There's even more to the list, but again, 46 weeks apart. George Floyd, 46. It just couldn't be a bigger joke. And then look at what else is in the Kim Potter name. 127, right? Number has all sorts of meaning. Bavarian Illuminati's got the 127 connection. Again, 127's the 31st prime, 31's the 11th prime, Black's 11. The latest killing on the 11th. 127, that's like Pearl Harbor Day. That's like the buildings that fell in New York on 9/11. Buildings 1, 2, and 7. On April 11th, we had a huge Pearl Harbor ritual with the Masters, with the first Japanese player winning it. Again, if you missed the work we did on that, you can go back and check that out on Gematria FX Sports. But I'll just remind you, in the most simple cipher, here, just can't get any more simple than this right here. One cipher to make the point. The Masters ended April 11th, 11/4, like 114, Matsuyama 114, World War 114, Pearl Harbor 114. He won it 45 days after his birthday, which is like the year World War II ended with the bombing of Japan. On August 6th, Hiroshima, that's the date that Matsuyama had last won a tournament, August 6th, 2017. By the way, Green Jacket's also 45 in the most pure cipher. Again, that's the one you really want to find in sports when the connection's there. So Matsuyama won the Green Jacket 45 days after his birthday for the Masters. But the point I'm making is the same day this shooting happened is the same day that the Masters ritual went down, where 1, 2, and 7 mattered in that as well. The point is, these people use numbers and ritualistic patterns because they have meaning. It's like they're part of a recipe. And, again, with regards to 9/11, don't forget they called the site where those buildings fell Ground Zero afterward, which is another 127. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry also has that one. Oh, I forgot the of. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry also has that 127. Again, these numbers are not arbitrary. 127, the 31st prime, 31, the 11th prime, 11, the master number. These people are numerologists. You know, the Masons didn't put 33 pillars, each 33 feet tall, outside, you know, their HQ in D.C. arbitrarily. 9/11 didn't happen on the 11th date on the 11th day of the month in the 11th state, New York, with the big buildings that look like 11s, with Flight AA-11 by accident 11 years to the day of George H.W. Bush talking about a new world order while his son was the president during 9/11. She's got the 116 in her name as well, which connects to execution. So does 46. 53 can connect to shooting. Kim's got the 33, like masonry, like secrecy, like order, like federal, like police, like race war, like how they just, on March 3rd, 3/3, the anniversary of the beating of Rodney King, they did the police bill in tribute to George Floyd. Remember, the rioting started last year for George Floyd on East 33rd Street. Her name's got the 21 like Jesuit, the 15 like war. Her name's got the 94 and 68 like terror, the 32 like Negro, the 31, the 11th prime. Again, just these same repetitive numbers. Remember how big 94 and 68 are to the World Trade Centers. 1968, construction began. 911 made the National Emergency Dialing Code. They opened on the 94th day of the year, April 4th, 73. Terrors 94 and 68. And again, if you think this is all disconnected, it's because you're an idiot. They made it very clear it was all connected. They kept telling you 8:46 with George Floyd, which is the time the first plane hit on 9/11. Then they set his pre-murder trial to begin on September 11th. Now on the day, you know, all this heightened hysteria with the latest George Floyd 2.0 killing on the same day, you know, that Biden says we're going to bring home the troops on 9/11. On this same day, we're hearing that George Floyd had the same teacher as Duante, Wright. Okay, I'm going to bring all this together. I'm going to bring it all together in a moment. There's a bigger thing here. Oh, by the way, the George Floyd, you know, police reform law of March 3rd, 2021, that was the 30-year anniversary of the beating of Rodney King. Police is 33 forwards, 30 in reverse. You know, reminds of Kobe Bryant dying on the 26th on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant. Again, that's why you got to know your ciphers forwards and backwards. Again, coincidence theorists can't get their way out of this one. Kobe died at age 41 on his 157th day of his age, and there's a million more things to that too. I have a huge chapter in this book on Kobe's death, how it all comes together, how it all fits. Kobe buried in Corona del Mar right before the coronavirus outbreak. Then you got Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe while coronavirus attacks the lungs. And they tell you on the 155th day of 2020 that George Floyd's autopsy, he tested positive for coronavirus. Again, all this stuff is such a joke, you guys. It's such a joke. And you know what else? I just realized something just talking in real time. Go back and look this up. It's all facts. It was June 3rd, 2020 that they came out and said George Floyd had coronavirus. That was the same day the Great Reset was announced. by Klaus Schwab, the Jesuit at the World Economic Forum, and George Floyd's from Houston. For anyone who was following, we had before the start of the year, we had an early date set for their Great Reset blackout ritual, and we said it would either be January 15th or Valentine's Day. And it ended up being Valentine's Day. And which city got hit the hardest in the Great Reset ritual? Houston, the energy capital, while J.J. Watt wanted out of town, and then he went to Phoenix, the solar capital, because the Great Reset's about moving from fossil fuels to renewable energy, like Houston's the refining city and Phoenix is the solar city. And again, all this stuff is straight mockery. But I realize that just right now, just talking out loud. George Floyd autopsy with the coronavirus, June 3rd. Great Reset announced June 3rd. And it's the Great Reset. The Great Reset, 151. Power outage, 151. Valentine's Day, 151. And that's why we said January 15th or Valentine's Day, because those were the days early in 21 that had the 151 connection. 151 is the 36th prime. The Great Reset was announced on 3/6, June 3rd. So. And again, look at the overlap with the Great Reset and Valentine's Day. Am I blocking anything? I'm not. 3 out of the 4 ciphers in George Floyd City. Again, all of this stuff comes from the Jesuits. That's how it's so streamlined. That's how it's so perfect, because they're writing the scripts. They have their whole little potion they have right now. Put people in a really bad spot, agitate them, put them in fear, divide them, put them in the most stressful situation they've been in their lifetimes. They're just trying to watch the pot boil over. You know, they got plans to depopulate, get rid of a lot of people. They're just setting the stage, man. They're just setting the stage. Wait until they really reset and turn out the power everywhere. It's coming.